Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. I'm going to be putting a Flowmaster muffler on my truck today. I decided after a year that I want to take the muffler delete off and put a dual mode muffler on. So here we go. We're going to do a quick cold start with the current exhaust it has now. So basically standing behind it, we're at about 94 decibels and the idle has come down off of a cold start. We'll do some moderate acceleration here. About 4,000 RPM shifts. We're cruising. Let's do here's 60 miles an hour. 70, mid 70s for decibels. The window's open. Right now, these are stock TRX tips. I kept the resonators because I wanted to. And as always, I use front and rear stands on this thing on this lift because this thing's massive up here and I just feel better that way. But this is what I have in place of the stock muffler now. So it's just straight through, no muffler whatsoever. So I'm going to be adding, it's like a Series 10 and kind of like a straight through design after it. This is it right here. I already put this together. You can see other videos, but you basically have that little like spring clip there that connects the valve with the motor. It comes with the screws you need for to mount the motor to it. There is this little plate here, and there's an isolator gasket that sandwiches in between to keep heat transfer from this. So this is like the Series 10. You have this, and then this just connects to the existing tails, and you reuse the gasket for that. There's a valve inside here. There's the valve inside there. It's a very fast working motor. I tested it yesterday to make sure it worked with the remotes and just with like a battery charger, and that thing flips open and closed very quickly. Basically, to install it, it's going to be very simple. You got the two bolts up front, a slip fit in the back. On mine particular, I put a tack weld on it so it wouldn't slip off, and they recommend doing that when you put this on. So, excuse me, I'm gonna have to grind a little of the weld off so I can get this pipe that's on there off. The thing is, I have these tips pretty well even, and I hope I don't disturb it too much, because when you do switch it out, if you don't put it in the exact spot it was, they could be slightly shifted around. But there's a little bit of weld there I got to take off, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. It comes with new hardware, like new bolts. So I'm gonna just swap it out because that part's pretty basic, and then we will run the wiring up to the truck. Okay, so I got it all done. Of course, I knew it wasn't going to be perfect as far as having these exactly where they were. There's a little bit of pipe movement, so I can adjust this stuff later, but this one's tucked in a little more than this one. which is how like both my TRXs were. So that one's sticking out a little farther. So I don't know if I'm gonna shrink up the pipe a little bit or what, but it's functional for now. You can cheat a little here on this pipe. I slid this back a little bit because it was actually in. It was at that edge, so I got it at least out to here. So it's not that bad, but that's the worst of it. So here it is. Also, I had to undo these so this pipe could move up and down to meet this one. Because at first I thought it wasn't going to fit, but I thought the bends are wrong or something. But I got the ground clamp back on. I think I could move it because I think it's actually supposed to go on the other side. I'll move it. And then you just have this clamp here. There ain't no way this is coming out, so I'm just going to clamp it and leave it. And all these hangers are hanging just right. So now, up here, I just have to plug in the actuator and then run it to the front of the truck. Okay, so for the wiring, I decided to run it through the frame here. I used that fish line to go through the center, and I just put a zip tie there just to hold it there. And so it comes right off. The actuator goes right into that box part of the frame, and then it comes out here, and then I just follow existing wires that I added for the bed, the bed lights, and then it's gonna go run up into the engine compartment. So I'm gonna put the controller up there, and then I'm gonna hook the up to my aux power box. What I'm gonna do with this controller is I'm just gonna drop this down so I can match up with the other end of this, screw it together, and I'll pull it back up and then zip tie it to the other cables I have coming up here. All right, so I got it routed all the way up through here. I got, my other aux stuff here, and then I have double-sided, well, not double-sided tape, I have Velcro holding this down to this is the aux box. So this aux box runs into the truck. I have a video of me putting this in, but it'll be like the fourth button. I have to find the stickers. I'll look real quick to see if I can find them, but there's stickers to identify what's what. But everything should be good to go. So this will work with the remote, with you turning this on. So you have to turn this. It won't just work without hitting the button inside of there first. So that's the way I'm going to run it for now. If I could use it with the buttons inside, I would, but it's fine this way. So I still got to clean up this stuff. I always say I'm going to do it, but I never get to it. So next thing to do is just double check underneath and see if everything's good to go. All right, so here we go. We're going to cold start and see where we're at with decibels. Compared to like 95, and the when it goes up, that's just me talking. Down to 83. Now if I hit the open button, oh, I gotta turn the power on. Alright, the aux switch is on. The aux switch is on. I had a little technical difficulty. The ground wire fell off. I was like, what is going on here? So it'll work now. So at idle, I don't think the decibels are going to change much. So here now warmed up, we're just at 70. I'll open it up. It's pretty tame at idle, so which I didn't expect too much more noise out of it just idling here. But so now we'll take it for a drive. Okay, so here we go. This is windows up. It's a nice clean sound. So we'll do acceleration with this, same as I did earlier. Hopefully we can read it. It's not really focusing. I'm just gonna have to tell you what it is. Looking at 74 decibels. I can't remember what it was earlier, but that's windows up. Let's do another, the windows down. Here we go. About 78. And now let's open it up. This is windows down, exhaust is open. Looking at 86 with that open, and that's just mild acceleration, about 4,000 RPM shifts. All right, now we got the everything closed up. Around 81, 82 decibels with everything closed up. Not too bad. So I'm pretty happy with the results because it's a little bit louder opened up, and it's a little bit quieter closed up. So that's exactly what I was looking for. It's a lot more peaceful for the neighbors, at least, too, because it's just not a raspy, loud sound now. It's more of a clean, deep tone, but I won't have to worry about waking up neighbors, I don't think, in the morning compared to how it was. It was crazy loud before. So, and I still had, the resonators on there. We're talking low 80 decibels with the muffler delete all the time, as far as in the cab. So it's louder, outside, obviously. But it was mid 80s opened up, and it was low 80s or high 70s closed up. So the other exhaust, this exhaust is mid 70s closed and mid 80s open, so or higher. So I'm pretty happy with that. So it seems to be functioning perfectly fine, other than the little mishap I had without grounding it. The fit after loosening everything up first is pretty good, because with the way that other pipe was, it wasn't going to work, because the angle of the other pipe, it pivots a little bit, so you have to loosen that front one up to get it where you need it to be. But clearance for everything is perfectly fine, and the length of the cables is just right, so no issues there. For whatever reason, probably an accident, they gave me 2 wiring harnesses, so I have a spare one that came with it. So I guess I'm lucky if I ever need to change it out. But it doesn't weigh too much. I think it's like 20 some pounds. So, but this is good. This is great. So hope you like what you see. Please like and subscribe. And there's more to come. And I'm hoping if we ever do the Pro Charger on this truck, this will be perfect for running it right out the dump, because 3-inch dump should be plenty for a performance situation. So please like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.